And now, the Big D and Bubba Weekly Podcast.
Big D and Bubba, they have a show 5 days a week, but they don't get to say everything that's on their minds, so they have an extra one.
Yeah, we do.
And that's how we get the podcast. The Big D and Bubba Weekly Podcast.
Beat drop.
It's supposed to be like Taylor Swift kind of sound.
No, I don't know what it is.
And
I
that
have no idea.
was
It's
the
like
podcast, but now
generic,
it's over.
Did I
pop
miss something?
thing. No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
just it's
No,
not.
I
a
was
Taylor
making
Swift
fun
thing.
of the open.
And there we go. Now straight to the end. We'll see y'all next time. Wouldn't that be great?
That actually would.
Kind of was trying to.
Like literally a 20-second podcast would be fun just to do it.
Yeah, some of these podcasts, I wish they were 20 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't really gotten to a good podcast in a long time. I got into the where is oh, come on.
Carmen San Diego?
Yeah.
No, Carson, what's the guy's name who helps you lose weight? He's Sweating to Oldies.
Richard
Oh,
Simmons.
where's
Yeah,
Richard
where's Richard
Simmons?
Simmons? I got into that.
Let me see. What am
Oh,
I?
he's in the ground.
I also got into, there's one where you have a dead smile or something like that, your dead face or something like that. Dead eyes, that's what
I
it
don't
was.
even know what that is.
Yeah, as a guy, he went and did a audition for a Tom Hanks movie, and Tom Hanks said in the notes that his audition, they didn't get him because he felt he had, quote, dead eyes, and it bothered him so much that he wanted to find out what that meant and if he really said that, and it was this big like journey to get to Tom Hanks, and he finally ends up getting to Tom Hanks, and Tom Hanks goes, I don't remember any of that.
It's all made up.
Yeah, and then you got into a good. That was a good. that was
I
good.
never did the serial type things where you go into these things where it's like, oh, we have a quest, and that's what the whole podcast is about. I never did any of those. I always get into like I like the I've talked about it before. No Agenda. I love those guys. Adam Curry, who was actually on Rogan this week.
I saw that.
And John C. Dvorak, they're awesome. They just kind of tell you what the news is really saying by
Yeah.
not saying certain things, and I
Oh, it's
enjoy
right
it.
up Bubba's
yeah,
alley.
it's right. Yeah, but
right.
they don't get into the conspiracy stuff that
me?
I like. No, they don't really.
They
get
don't?
It. No.
Oh.
It's just good, solid entertainment.
Gotcha.
And
It's
then-
kind of old school radio. I like they have the jingles and that
yeah,
kind of stuff.
yeah. So they do that, and then who else do I like? I like Sean. What's his name? Oh my God,
Sean Ryan?
Yeah, Sean Ryan.
Oh yeah,
Now he will dive into the conspiracies,
yeah,
and that's fun.
yeah.
I don't know. Carson, you got anybody you're listening
Yeah, I listen to a lot of true crime because female. So I love Dark Down East, which is a woman, I believe she's in Maine, and she started with Maine-centric murder mysteries. Some of them are solved, some aren't, and now she just does New England. And she's a journalist, so her research is great, and she's so good about citing her sources and not being speculative. And I've always said my OG favorite, and he's been podcasting, I think, since like 13 or 14, is Aaron Mahnke's Lore, which spawned an Amazon series. There's books, and now he's got Cabinet of Curiosities.
Making that money.
And he did a fiction one that starred Nathan Fillion. So, and it was like a mystery about there's some sort of, they don't know what it is in, I think it was Massachusetts, in kind of, there's a part of town where you don't go to, weird stuff happens there.
Okay, I like
and
that.
yeah, and it's a serial, but it's a fictional serial. So
I like
it's
Nathan Fillion and everything.
that's the
he
thing.
does.
It's Nathan Fillion, and it's also the idea. It's an old radio serial because podcast is basically
Yeah, and
radio.
podcast is the radio.
When people are
ripoff.
like, what radio used to be, when they said you would tune in
If
for
you don't-
Little Orphan Annie or The Adventures of the Masked Avenger.
If you don't want the convenience of free and over the air, all you have to do is turn it on,
Yeah.
and you want to have to search. You can find it. It's just like radio, but difficult.
Carson, why do women dig the true crime genre as they do?
Oh, because it gives us tips. It also reinforces our gut because society tells us that we need to be more malleable or malleable, however you say it. Society tells us we need to be nice to everybody. We need to smile, that if somebody comes up to you, help, you need to. And our gut is saying, no, this guy is a problem. But society says, don't be mean. You don't want to be called that word. and
Which
listening to
word? Mean?
Breakfast.
the one that rhymes with witch.
Oh,
And so
who cares?
you say that, except you're not a woman who hasn't grown up being told, be nice, be smiley, be congenial. And when your gut, that thing that has evolved over eons to tell you, and not even this guy, this person, because it could be a chick too, that it tells you, no, there's a reason the hackles are standing up on the back of your neck. It's okay to listen to them.
The
hackles?
hackles, dude. You know the hackles.
I said that is a UFO.
So that's why it's a reinforcement that we know what we're doing.
Schaefer,
Yeah.
what do you
What do you listen
to? Or is it just
What?
do you listen
I used to listen to Mark Maron a lot. I don't as much anymore. There's a podcast called The Rewatchables that are a group of guys that recap movies from the past that are rewatchable movies. I enjoy that quite a bit. Sometimes like a pro wrestling podcast I'll listen to just to catch up on whatever's going on.
and true crime?
I've only ever done like one or two of the true crime podcasts.
I've never done it.
Yeah.
I did watch the Only Murders in the Building. That's kind of like, right? Isn't that kind of like it?
I mean,
With
yeah.
Steve Martin and all?
Yeah, I mean that because they're recording the podcast, so kind of.
Carson, do you think that there's a man in your attic right now at your house living there?
Thankfully, I don't have an attic. I know who's on the floor above me. This is why. I feel like every house I go into, every place I move, I get smaller and smaller. So there's less opportunity for someone to be hiding.
You're just going to end up in just a
That's it. I want a tiny home.
I'll say
bear
this:
trap.
tiny house every day sounds more and more attractive to me.
Yeah.
It really
Concrete house sounds more and more attractive to me every day. Dude, that is my dream. I want a poured concrete home.
does. You want a bunker?
I want a bunker. I
Okay.
do. I want, I'm going to say it right now, I hate my house because I've got a lot of glass. And glass
I feel
is
that.
so.
But you knew that when you bought it.
I know. But I mean, I also bought it thinking it was going to be a temporary home for a couple years until I'm done with alimony, and then I'm going to go and find what I would consider my forever home,
Which
type
is a
thing.
concrete bunker.
Which is I'm going to build
Would
a
you live in a
concrete.
silo?
Yes,
I don't know. Right?
yes, indeed.
Just got to have an elevator. I ain't doing the stairs.
I'm fine. The stairs will keep you healthy.
See, the
Keeps
shipping
you
crate
young.
houses, when I first saw them, I thought, this is ridiculous. This is dumb.
I love them.
And then more and more I go,
They're kind of bulletproof to small caliber stuff. I mean, just saying that too. Something to keep in mind.
what I appreciate about you is you think about all that stuff. I don't think about any of that, ever.
Look, man, I'm going to be in the first wave to die. It's fine. So
I'm opening my door, like you go to check the front door, somebody shows up. First of all, I'm talking to them through the ring before I ever even approach the door. And I'm like, yeah, what's up? And they're like, yeah, I have a package for you and whatever. I'm always concerned, and I saw it in a movie years ago that somebody opened the door for like a delivery person, and then the criminals bum rushed in right behind them as soon as the door was open. So when I open my door, I have my foot down at the heel of the door, so they can't get in all the way. They'd have to actually move my 300 pounds
there's
to
a
go.
super famous case, though. A woman was having an affair with a married guy and wanted the wife out of the way, and she did a flower delivery. And when the wife opened the door to get the flowers, bam, killed her.
See what I mean?
So see, Bubba's not, again true
See
crime.
what I mean?
True
I have a
crime.
false
It
sense of
reinforces
security.
Bubba.
Because with my house, there's an old guy that lives on this house, old guy at this house, old guy at that house, old person at that house. So it's like, don't worry about it. They're all neighborhood watch. So I don't sweat it.
They've all got a nose to the glass.
Yeah, I'm not concerned about it.
Dude, everybody had that person in their neighborhood. The old lady who had their window or their face pressed to the window all the time.
It's now on the Facebook neighborhood
Yeah,
watch.
next door, all those apps.
We
yeah.
used
Did
to-
anyone hear that loud noise?
Yep.
Did anyone else hear that booming noise?
I could do it every day. Gunshots. Who heard the gunshot? Because in my neighborhood, that's the regular.
I posted once, this is like 6 houses ago. I posted once in my next door app and I said, hey, there's a dog that's been barking constantly, nonstop for 48 hours. Does anybody know whose it is and if the person is okay? And like 2 or 3 people came at me like, it's a dog, let it bark. And I was like, well, actually, I was like concerned that maybe their owner died and they were going to have to eat it or something. Like this was actually
the owner?
Yeah. That's what, yeah, because the dog's barking to let you know my owner's dead, but hey, I'm going to have to resort to eating my master.
Here's one. This is yesterday. I just heard 12 to 13 gunshots. Definitely wasn't two people shooting, as it sounded more like someone emptying a clip. Oh, God, please don't post. Didn't see or hear a car zooming. And then everybody,
Is this in your neighborhood?
Yeah, it's my neighborhood. Here's another one. Anybody else hear about 4 to 5 gunshots? Anyone hear those gunshots? Sounded like 10-plus rounds. These are separate occasions.
God.
Here's 2 big German Shepherds loose and a Doberman. There's a male on a yellow bike trying to open car doors. His blue jean pants, blah, 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 blah.
I think we
it's
found a
every
new
day.
segment on the show where Bubba reads his
what's
Facebook
happening?
Neighborhood watch.
Neighborhood. Yeah, he just goes through, and he has a special little opening, and he's like, all right. And he reads it in like an old man, like an old newsy kind of.
Here's one for somebody said, your rooster is loose. He's at my house. And whoever owns this rooster, please come pick it up.
Rooster?
Yeah, look, here's their rooster, and they're like, it's sitting out there. Somebody's
Oh, wow,
got.
it's
So we
a
got
picture. They got a
gunshots, and then we
picture.
have the rooster. I mean,
Golly.
yeah, man,
You
my
live in-
neighborhood is. My
You live in
neighborhood's
old McDonald's farm.
It's great.
Yeah, they want to put a. Kathy had an HOA meeting. She's on the board. She had an HOA meeting last night, and they want to put. They brought a company in that wants to put in license plate readers in the neighborhood.
Like to see who's coming through all the time.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't like that.
I don't like that either.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
I don't-
And they're like, yeah, well, if something happens, then we'll have a thing. I go, yeah, this is a lot of money to put this in, and for something that rarely happens. Like, it's not like we live in a,
Yeah. That's the dumbest thing ever.
And I was just like, this seems very.
License plate readers.
Yeah, the ones where you drive around and you see like the blue lights on top of the.
Yeah.
That's one of those. That's what those are. They're cameras and readers. And they're like, well, it gets erased every 30 days. Okay. No, we're not. no
Nothing
one's
ever
reading
gets erased. Just so anybody. That's why we have these giant server farms out in the middle of the desert. Nothing ever gets erased. Ever.
No.
They know every email. Man, I was thinking about some. Remember, like back whenever email was like new. That was before we had texting. So we would send emails like text messages.
Oh yes. Yeah, can you imagine what that
all
stuff
of that
says?
stuff
Can
is
you
out
imagine
there on a server.
Hey, do you remember? I think it ended up being fake. Garrett, you may know on this. You're kind of techie on this. There was a guy said, "Oh my gosh, when you're on PlayStation, you're playing online with other people around the world, and you can have headsets and you can talk. All that stuff that's in the lobby when you're all talking trash to each other." It's recorded on a server and you can access it. And people were like,
There's no way.
I was like, how?
That's so much data.
It's so much. But it was like,
Dude, they're sucking
Carson, I'm
up
telling you.
all the data everywhere.
The dudes on video games online in the lobbies.
The most racist,
It is
hateful,
ugly.
you name it, talk you
It
will ever
is
hear in your life.
lawless. I have seen some YouTube videos where people will upload it, and I'm like, this isn't staged though. This is legitimately people thinking that they've got free reign
Yeah,
to
it's
just.
anonymous.
Oh my god, he just ran in.
Oh my God, he
Save him. Oh jeez.
That's my favorite guy is that guy. Oh my God,
Oh
he
my
just
God,
ran
he
in.
Ready guys?
It makes me laugh every
Oh my god,
time.
he just ran in. Save him. Oh jeez.
And then they just get annihilated.
Oh gosh,
Oh,
man.
it's the best.
I hate holding spots. Like, and we're waiting on friends to load in and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
You're like, where are they? They're supposed to be in here.
Oh, yeah.
I sent you an invite 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's the best. I think about getting that new golf game. I'm at that point. I think I want to get that new golf game. It looks really good.
You still have your VR rig, right?
Yeah.
Dude, get VR Golf Plus. You can get like a little attachment for it, and it feels like a real golf club
What do
in
you
your
mean
hand.
can get like? I have the
You have it?
attachment. Yes.
Why don't we play together? Because
I don't.
I play it like most nights.
Oh.
Oh, you really?
Yeah.
I use
got-
the same attachment for the baseball bat too, because you can use. I use the golf grip as my baseball bat when I do the VR. What is it called? Win, whatever. Win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever it is. The baseball thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why we don't play.
That is-
Probably because I'm terrible.
Boy, I got into the VR. It's heavy. It started making my I was like, it gave me a headache.
You have the Quest 2, right?
Yeah, I have it's the older one.
I have the 3, and it's much lighter.
Oh yeah.
I love VR.
I do too, man.
I like
It's
going in
fun.
and just watching. Like I've watched basketball games and concerts.
Oh yeah,
and
like
all
you're
that kind of
on the
stuff.
court.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
great. Like
Yeah.
or right behind the rim. And,
Yes,
and
yes.
It's pretty awesome.
And it's live, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, the concerts I've never caught a live one. I know they do some of those, but like I've watched like Post Malone and stuff where you're sitting from me to Carson like in a room and there's Post Malone singing and it's like, oh, that's kind of cool.
I mean, that's how I sit at regular concerts.
but
So
Guns
I
N'
don't know.
Wow, just gonna drop that here.
I mean, I pay
Yeah, but
for it.
I don't have to pay for parking. I don't have to pay for all the craziness. Yeah. And I don't have to worry about the crowd doing something dumb and having a great white moment.
Yeah, but also, they might see me if I'm sitting that close. If I'm watching VR, they're not going to see me singing along to every song.
Well, they'll see your avatar. Wouldn't it be great if like they actually saw like a crowd of little avatars, little Wiimojis?
I do kind of miss Wii.
People
Like
still
we-
play them as like little, vintage fun.
But
I love
Wii
the bowling.
Yeah, it's the best. Wii is. You laughing at us?
Carson's laughing.
I'm like going actual bowling tomorrow night, but yeah.
Are you?
Yeah. It's a friend's birthday party, and she rented bowling lanes.
The most overrated activity.
Really?
ever.
No kidding, man. It's the
Last time I
worst.
went bowling, the people next to me were so into it, they made it so much fun. That it was just this mishmash of humanity. And it was like somebody's mom, and then there was like an 18-year-old who's like, wow, look at me. I'm finally technically an adult. He's like throwing the ball, and mom's granny bowling, and they just could not have been more excited for anything that anybody threw.
No.
It was fun. It was fun to watch.
So which is worse, mini golf or going to the bowling alley?
Bowling alley.
Oh,
Bowling
bowling.
alley,
I
I
mean,
don't know.
putt-putt
Mini golf
is
is fun.
always a win.
And it's outside.
Oh, a lot of women hate the putt-putt as a date.
What? I suggest that to everybody. They're like, I want to do something that's not a bar. I'm like, go to mini golf.
Are they putting a new one in town in Nashville? They're
I
putting
heard something
like
about
a big
that.
giant,
Like a big, yeah.
Yeah, boy, it seems like a.
Are you kidding me? That's right. Who do you think you are? I am.
Immortal Pete Weber.
God, who do you think you are? I am.
Pete Weber. You've never seen that?
No.
Oh,
I don't know
my
what it is.
God!
think you
what?
are?
I am.
What is it? I don't even,
It's a guy, he's
You
a
just keep yelling things
professional-
at me. I don't know.
Well, stop talking. We'll tell you. Golly, happy Valentine's Day. He's a professional bowler, and it comes down to a crucial point. He gets a strike runner. He wins.
Here, would you like to watch it with
and,
me?
and
Nah, I
he
don't care.
loses.
No, you
Dee's
need to
telling me about
Yeah,
it.
but you need to watch it though.
It's so great. And he's like, "Who do you think you are? I am." He's just got caught up in it, man. He got fired up.
Who do you
He was
think
in his
you are?
moment.
I
That's
am.
cool.
Yeah, he was in his.
Like that, I hope is his email address. Like, who do you think you are? I am at Gmail or
Yeah,
something.
and that was when the DX crotch chop was popular. He would do that.
The what?
Degeneration X from WWE.
If I show you the video, you'll know.
That's all right.
See?
I
See?
know, you're right. Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day.
I apologize. I've seen. Yes, the curtain has been moved. And I see everything clearly. Thank you. Yes, correctly. So you're gonna go. So this is. So I haven't been bowling in a while. Is it still like a Big Lebowski kind of setup?
Oh, I don't know. We're doing the cosmic bowling, so everybody will glow in the dark, and I guess can
Okay,
take
so-
Everybody have the green
videos.
teeth and everything.
Yeah, you know.
A lot of
because
people-
we have some bougie bowling alleys around.
Yeah,
town.
they're kind of taking up the whole Top Golf thing. It's
Yeah.
like now they have couches and you can order food and stuff.
Oh,
also concert venues.
Top Golf is not great.
Mm,
Am I going to be the one who says it?
It's
It's overpriced. For
It's
sure.
overpriced, and you got to wait forever. Like if you just go in there and like, do
I would rather go to an actual driving range
yes
and hit some balls.
Yeah, same,
Just hit nukes.
same. Just
Yeah.
it's hard
Because
to swing
at
it,
Top
yeah.
Golf too, if you hit it too hard or you hit it too far, they come and tell you, "Hey,
Oh,
stop hitting
believe
it
me,
so
I
hard."
know. I
Oh,
know.
I don't like that. I'm like, this is America. We strive for excellence.
You try to Happy Gilmore it, and they're not having it.
My whole goal when I go there is to try to get it over the net. I'm like, I'm gonna get it out of here one day.
God,
I'm going to do
I've
it.
never seen someone hit a ball harder than Bubba. It is insane. It's you hear like this atom splitting.
He gets all of his power out of his calves.
Dude, it's all in his lower half. It really is.
Who do you think you are?
I am. But yeah.
How did they not recruit you for shot put?
I don't know. Track and field was not a real thing where I grew up. I mean, the only thing anybody ever really did was cross country running, and I mean, there was I think a javelin thrower, one dude, but no, nobody ever really talked to me about that.
I feel like they should talk to you now about it with your calves like that. I mean,
you're the only person who can actually skip leg day. You'll be okay. You can skip leg day.
What's the guy who came in here the other day, Leduc?
Derek Leduc.
I walked out there and I was getting coffee, about to bring him in, and he goes, "Dude," I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Are you a bodybuilder?" I'm like, "No, far from it. I'm a body destroyer." I'm like, "But I didn't skip leg day." He goes, "Yeah, no, yeah, wow."
Nothing funny as long as you say